Hi everyone. In this session, what I'm going to do is I will take you through the Vapi platform. Okay. So once you create your account, this is the first section you'll come to. You have overview and metrics, and both of these are just basic sections which tells you exactly what the number of calls which you did, average duration, total cost, and so on and so forth. So just some nice visual graphs to give you an idea of exactly how much money you're spending and how many calls you've made and so on and so forth. Okay, but this is the main section. So let's go to assistants. Now, what is an assistant? An assistant is the one which actually will do everything, like the bulk of the work. Okay, so when the caller calls in, the assistant is the one which is an AI receptionist, or it makes appointments, or it does lead qualification, or does an outbound call. So basically that's what an assistant is. This is the AI assistant which you'll be building. All right. So what I'll do is this is the demo which I've created. What I'm going to do is let's do the demo first, and then once the demo is done, after that I'm going to show you how to build this agent. Okay, and then I'm going to take you through everything. Okay, so for that, let's open my calendar right here. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is just to give you an overview. We are building an AI assistant for my company called FlipBytes AI Agency, and what we do is we help clients with custom AI solutions with AI chatbots, AI voice agents like this one, which I'm going to show to you, AI consulting, and so on and so forth. So that is our agency, and I have a knowledge base which has all the case studies which we have done, and what all we provide, what all technologies we use, everything. So I have the knowledge base of that, and I'm going to show that to you. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview of this. So what is going to happen in this demo is that imagine a person is going to call, and once that calls, the AI assistant starts off. Okay, and the person can then ask a question about, okay, so what are your services, or this is my business, how can you help me in voice AI? And then the AI basically would tell it that, okay, you know what, it'll answer all the questions, and then after that it will say that you want to book a call with someone, so they can actually help you further. Okay, so and then we'll do a booking call. First we'll do a check availability, whether there is some dates available in my calendar, and then it will book on top of that. Okay, all right, so let me just show you the demo first, and then we will build exactly the same thing, creating the assistant. Okay, so I'm not going to give a call, so I'll just talk to an assistant right here. I'm going to click on this button, and let's do the demo. Actually, just 1 second.
Hello, you've reached.
Just 1 second. What I'm going to do is, I think today's date is right here. So let me just move these out here so I can actually explain better, right? So at least we have something. Okay, and let's just put it out here as well. So then at least I'm blocking this time. So when the AI is checking for dates and times, it will say that, okay, this is available, this is not available. All right, so now we can start off. Let's go and click on talk to an assistant.
Hello, you've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today?
Hi, I actually am looking for a voice AI solution for my business. I basically run a restaurant, and I have a lot of incoming calls, and my reception is always busy, just handling appointments or canceling them. So is that something? So I'm looking for a voice AI solution that can help me kind of alleviate this thing. So is that something you guys can help me with?
Absolutely, we can definitely help with that. Our voice AI agents can handle incoming calls, manage reservations, cancellations, and even answer common questions. It's like having an extra pair of hands for your reception. Would you like to set up a free 30-minute discovery call to explore how we can tailor this solution for your restaurant?
Yeah, I would like that. But before that, I would like to know how much it's going to cost. So can you give me a ballpark figure, or that is something it is not possible?
I understand you'd like a cost estimate before scheduling a call. Unfortunately, pricing for our voice AI solutions is customized based on your specific needs. Factors like call volume, integration with existing systems, and the complexity of the features you require all play a role. The best way to get an accurate price is to have a quick chat with our team, a discovery call. We can then discuss your restaurant's unique situation and provide a tailored quote. Would you still be interested in scheduling that 30-minute call?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Awesome. Let's get you booked in for that free 30-minute discovery call. What date and time works best for you?
So I'd like to come in tomorrow. Not come in, sorry. I'd like to have a call tomorrow.
Got it. What time tomorrow works best for you?
How about 10 a.m. in the morning?
All right, let's aim for tomorrow morning. Can you give me a specific time, say 9 a.m. or earlier?
10 a.m.
Give me a moment. Looks like 10 a.m. is already booked. But I can offer you 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. tomorrow instead. Which one works better for you?
Okay, let's do it for 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Great. Let's lock in 11 a.m. tomorrow. I'll need a few details to confirm your booking. Can I get your first name?
Yes, my first name is Sandeep, Sandeep. My email is Sandeep. My email is hello@flipbytes.co. So that is HELLO at FLIPBYTES.co. And my phone number is +1 1234 5678.
Got it. Just to confirm, your name is Sandeep, spelled Sandeep. Your email is hello@flipbytes.co, spelled HELLO at FLIPBYTES.co. Your phone number is +1 1234 5678. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Hold on a sec. All set. Your free discovery call is booked for tomorrow at 11 a.m. You'll get a confirmation email shortly. Anything else you'd like to know before the call?
No, that'd be all. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome, Sandeep. Looking forward.
Okay, so that was the demo. This is exactly what we're building. And so, as you saw, the AI can answer calls, okay, and it can answer questions, first of all, regarding exactly, of course, it could not give us the cost pricing, and that is the right behavior. But if you want, and if you want to put in the pricing in the knowledge base as well, the AI can do that as well. Okay, and it could answer questions about exactly what services it have. So knowledge base is a collection of documents which you'll give to the AI, okay, and the AI gets trained on that. So it can be, in the case of a restaurant, let's say, if you're building an AI agent for a restaurant, what you can do is the knowledge base could be exactly what are the menus they have, any awards they've got, and like what is their address, and so on and so forth, basically. So it can be blogs as well, where you're actually telling them they're talking about recipes, whatever you want the AI to talk about, so that when the client gives a call, if you already know what are the frequently asked questions, you can really train the AI on those, and then of course other things as well. Okay, so this is how it works, and as you saw, like, of course, it is working, the AI agent is working in conjunction with an automation platform, which is Make. So when the call came in, it went, this is the flow for checking the time, and then this is the flow for booking the event, okay, as in booking the call. And so, all right, so let's go back. So what I'm going to do now is let's go through this platform one step at a time, everything, okay, and then wherever it's needed, I'm going to go back and forth between Make and everything, so that you can understand how it works. Also, one important thing which I wanted to tell you was that this is the end of call report. So as you saw, we had this call with Sandeep, and what it does is, this is the end of call report. What it does is it actually collates all that information. So everything, the summary of the call, the transcript, this is the exact transcript, what is the conversation which took place between the AI and the client. So you know exactly what the summary is, what call it has, and if you want to listen to the call, you can easily do that by clicking this link as well. So link clicks on.
Hello, you've reached FlipBytes.
So you can
We help
actually
businesses
hear the
streamline
actual call
operations
itself.
using voice.
Okay. All right. So I'll show you how to build this and how to actually build the agent as well. All right. So for now, what I'll do is, let's talk about the assistant. Okay. So in order to create an assistant, what you do is you go on the create assistant button. When you click on this, it gives you this options, right? So either you can go with a blank template, or else you can actually pick up one of these. The only difference in one of these templates, which Vapi has already made, these are pre-made templates, is that if you select a customer support specialist, or a lead qualification specialist, it will have a pre-built prompt. Okay, so that is the pretty much the difference. So let me just test it out here. I'm going to show this to you, and then what we can do is I can delete it. So let's say, for example, if you select a customer support specialist and you say create assistant. Okay, so it has created an assistant called Alex here. So if you see on Alex, it has a prompt. Okay, so this is basically instructions. A prompt is nothing but instructions to the AI agent saying that, okay, you need to do this, these things. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So it sets the temperature based on this thing, and so I will go through all of this stuff, but mostly the rest of the stuff is pretty much the same. Okay, so that is it. But in our demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build something from scratch. So let's do that. Okay, so when I go to assistants, in order to create an assistant, as you saw, just click on create assistant button. And since this is an Outscale live demo, I'm going to call it Outscale live, and you can name it whatever you want. Okay, and then just say blank template, and after that create an assistant. So it created an Outscale live. Now you see there is nothing. The prompt is totally blank. The first message is totally blank. So this is what we need to fill. Okay, so for the first thing I want to cover is that, okay, let's go from the top, the model. Okay, you see these two things out here. One is the latency, the other is the cost. Now what exactly is the latency and what is the cost? So latency is basically, the lag. So you must have experienced that, okay, sometimes when you give a call, the other person is not responding immediately, right? So there is a little bit of a lag, maybe it's a second or 2 seconds, and that is not a very good experience because you can't have a very good conversation, a fluid conversation. So the same thing with AI. If the lag is quite a lot, if the latency is a lot, the more the latency, the more the lag. Okay, so if you're talking to an AI agent, and if you're talking to him and saying like the way we had this conversation, it will not be fluid. So your goal should be to reduce this as much as possible. But of course, there's a cost involved. The models which you use, if you take real-time models, like for example, you're using GPT-4 cluster. So if you take a model, obviously you'll see the models, and I'm going to show it to you in voice and everything. If you take really good models and which are fast models and everything, they will of course reduce this time, but the cost will go up. Okay, so we'll see that. So these are the two sections, and this latency, Vapi shows it very beautifully. Like this, it basically saying that latency, this small portion is because of the deepgram, which is your transcriber. This portion is because of model latency. So basically, this is what model you're using. So in most cases, we use GPT-4. Okay, but if in case, let's say your agent is doing a lot of statistical data analysis and everything, then you can choose to use something which is even better. Maybe GPT-4 or something. Okay, so not 4, GPT-04 or something like that. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so that is what. So for this demo, I'm going to stick with 4 cluster. Okay, and OpenAI. Again, you can change to anything, whatever your preference is. If you like LLM, Grok better than OpenAI, feel free to do that, or Anthropic better than OpenAI, you can do that as well. And you can pick up this thing. But again, for this demo, I'm going to just show it OpenAI. All right. What is the first message? So the first message is first message mode. So assistant speaks first, assistant waits for the user. So obviously, since we are building an inbound agent, you want the assistant to speak first so that when a person calls in, like when you're calling to a bank or something, the person starts speaking, right? Same thing. So we'll say assistant speaks first. And what is the first message and a system prompt? Okay. So system prompt is essentially instructions to the AI. Okay, so you tell him exactly, it's basically a little documentation which says that, hey, you need to behave in a certain way, you need to have a cheerful personality, and when somebody calls in, this is what you need to ask them, this is what you need to behave, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's go through the prompt. Okay, I'm going to go through it in this document so it's easier, and then we can copy that. Okay, so in the first message, you can say, hello, we have reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today? So this is exactly what the AI, when somebody calls in, this is what the AI will speak. Okay, and then you have obviously the prompt. So the prompt is context, the business. So what is the business of FlipBytes AI Agency? So FlipBytes AI Agency is a global AI automation company offering voice AI, chatbot automation, and AI consulting services. Based in Singapore with roots in US, So it just tells you about the business. And of course, if you are a restaurant, you can talk about your restaurant. If you're a salon, you can talk about your salon. If you're a lawyer, you can talk about your business out here. Okay. So that it gives you a little bit of a context to the AI, that okay, what exactly what is the business all about. The next is a task. So what is a task? Task is basically you're telling the AI to behave in a certain way and to do a certain thing. So in this case, you're telling that, okay, you are a conversational agent for FlipBytes, okay? Answer any customer queries related to FlipBytes services using the attached knowledge base. So I'm going to show you exactly, okay, let me just open the knowledge base as well. So knowledge base is nothing but a document which has everything. So like in FlipBytes case, FlipBytes knowledge base has, so it has the introduction to the company. So what do we do? Our services, any case studies we have done. So like what are the core competencies we have about our, where exactly what it's about FlipBytes. And then it says what exactly the services we offer, like voice AI solutions. We offer inbound receptionist call, like this one, which I'm creating right now, outbound dynamic warm handoff, chatbot automation. So basically, this is a document which details everything. And the more detailed the document is, the better it is for AI. For if you want, of course, the AI to answer questions. So you can, put everything about your business out here. If you want to put pricing, that you can do it as well. So let's say you are building a knowledge base for a restaurant. So for a restaurant, what kind of questions can people ask, right? Like, okay, where exactly are you located? So that is something which you can give. What are your opening hours or operating hours? People can also ask, okay, what is your menu? I want to place an order. Can you talk about more menu? So you can talk about, let's say it's an Italian restaurant. So you can say, okay, we give you pizzas, we give you lasagna, we give you pasta, and so on and so forth. All right. But if you say that, okay, could you tell me, your lasagna, is it with the meat or is it vegetarian? So then that menu can have a little bit of you can say lasagna, and then you can talk about that lasagna, like how do you prepare it a little bit. So what happens is that if a person is asking, he gets all that information. So if I say, okay, I really like lasagna, but could you tell me how you make it, or like, could you tell me how many people like it, so on and so forth. I'm just giving you examples. Okay. So about that lasagna, was it vegetarian, non-vegetarian, what kind of meat does it have? So if you have, the more detailed you have, the more the AI can answer questions for the clients. And so, of course, that is one part of AI wherein it's answering questions. And the second part is that it actually books the appointment, or it cancels the appointment, or it schedules the appointment, something like that. All right. So this is the knowledge base. And of course, what you do is then you create a PDF here. So I'm just going to create that PDF, and then you upload it in this section, in the file section. We'll come to that. And I'm just going to show it to you right now itself. Okay. So this FlipBytes agency. So create a PDF. You upload it out here. You just drop it out here. Choose the file. So when you choose a file, it'll say what. One second. Yeah, and then that's it. FlipBytes agency. This is the PDF. This is the same PDF, right? Okay. And then after that, you just put it out here, and you're done. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay. So let's go back to assistants, and we have our Outscale live right now. All right. So this is the knowledge base, and I'm going to go back to the prompt. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to close this. All right. So in the prompt, you're telling that, okay, answer any questions. So basically, you're giving instructions to the AI that, okay, so you answer any questions, queries related to FlipBytes services using attached knowledge base, help potential clients book a free 30-minute call. So that is the reason it was asking me whether you would like to book a 30-minute discovery call, collect and confirm user details as a part of the booking flow, and maintain a casual, approachable, and slightly nice tone with the conversation. Use simple, concise English without any long explanations. All right. So basically, what you're doing is in a prompt, you're giving instructions how the AI should behave. So you can write if you want a very professional AI. So you can say that, okay, maintain a professional tone. If you want a chirpy, cheerful, so you can say that, crack a joke or be witty, and so whatever you say out here is how the AI will behave. Okay, so now let's go to behave instructions. So initial greeting, and you give an example. The benefit of when you're creating a response is, a prompt is that the more examples you give, the better it is, because the AI knows exactly in a certain situation how it can act. Okay, so once you do this, you're offering out here, you're offering a discovery call. So want to explore how AI magic can help you, help your business. Let's get you a 30-minute free discovery call with our team. And what date time works for you. So let's say if it's answered all the questions, handling all the questions out here, keep your response conversational and brief. and use the flip bias knowledge base to answer any related questions. So handling questions, you're telling about exactly if somebody calls in and the question and about services, what you do. Okay. The next is offering a discovery call. So it'll say that okay, once it has answered all the questions, then it'll say that okay, would you like to book a discovery call? And that's where this happens. All right. So after that, you have a calendar check workflow. So as you saw, right, in the demo, what the AI did is I asked it questions, I asked the AI questions and it responded back with the answers. And then it said that, okay, would you like to book a discovery call? And I said, yes, I would like to book a discovery call. But first I said that, okay, you know what? You need to actually tell me about some other questions as well. So it then answered that question regarding the costing and then came back again, offered me, would you like to prefer to book it? So this is where it's coming from. Okay. And then after that, then it says, okay, I said, all right, fine, let's book a call. And then what it needs to do is it needs to check the calendar. So this is where it gets that get a preferred time. So you'll put in today's date. Don't get confused about this. Is the format which Vapi uses, that you need to put in, like I'm in Singapore. So basically it says Singapore. If you're in India, you put in your India, Kolkata. If you're in US, you put in America's New York or California, Los Angeles, wherever you are. So you put that and then it'll get today's date, which is important because it'll pick up from the system what exactly the date is and it will convert it into that particular time zone. Okay, and then it says ask for the client's preferred date and time for the discovery call. So once it does that, so now it knows, okay, it's Singapore time. So now it'll say that, okay, fine, you know what exactly, what time do you want to have the discovery call? And say, I can say tomorrow. So now it knows what tomorrow is based on this particular part, right? So this knows that, okay, this is the time zone in Singapore right now. It's 11:30 in the night. So when somebody says tomorrow, it has to be the day after. Tomorrow. Anyways, so this is where you give the step 4 instructions, get preferred time. Then after that, it says, all right, I have the time now. So it asked the user the time. So it asked me the time and I said, I want to come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So it says, okay, let me just go ahead and check it. Now it says check availability, and this is where the tool is. Now we are coming to this tool, okay? GS demo check availability GC. Now what is this tool? So a tool is a means. So when you go back, let's go back now. In tools, right? So when you go to tools is, or you can go from here as well. Okay. So a tool is nothing but a way for, so let me just delete this and I'm going to show you how to create one. Okay, so when you create a function, so these are some tools. So essentially what a tool does is it connects Vapi to the outside calendar. So when I said that, okay, you know what, I want to know I want to know tomorrow, is it available or not? Tomorrow, you know, so I said tomorrow at 10 o'clock or something, that's what I said. Can you check if in case it's available? So it'll go and check and make my Google Calendar. Now, how does it know? Like Google Calendar is a different application. This is Vapi. How does it get connected? So it gets connected through this automation platform from Make, but how would you connect Make to Vapi? And that is where a tool comes in. A tool basically lets Vapi connect itself to an automation platform or directly to Google in this case, where if you want to use predefined functions, you can directly use them. These are native functions of this thing. But otherwise, if let's say you want to connect to, instead of Google Calendar, you want to connect to Apple Calendar, or if you want to connect to a Microsoft Calendar, so you can actually do that if those are available in Make. So basically what you'll do is you will use this tool to connect to Make, and then Make is basically where you define that whole workflow, which connects it to the Microsoft Calendar Outlook, or it can connect it to, Microsoft Calendar, or it can connect to Apple Calendar. All right, I hope it's making sense. So I will actually create the tool also for you, and we'll come to this first. All right, so I just want to go through the prompt first. So I just want to give you, so we have created these two tools. One is called the check demo. So this is the tool which is going to check. If you go down, it says booking time. So it asks the user what exactly is the booking time. When do you want to book? And I said 10 o'clock. And it says, okay, 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and go to Make, and then I'm going to execute this workflow, and I'm going to check on this calendar whether it's available or not. So if it's available, it sends the response back to Vapi saying, okay, Vapi, it is available or it's not available. So if it is not available, then Vapi tells me that, okay, you know what? I'm sorry, Sandeep, it's not available. would you like to come in another time? So I can say, okay, check for 1 o'clock. Or it can tell me that, 1 o'clock is available. Would you like to book it? And then I said, okay, go ahead and book it. So now I'll say 1 o'clock. And then it goes here and it says, okay, 1 o'clock is available. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to book that event right here. So this is when it books. It will actually, as you saw, it will put the calendar. It will book a calendar right here like this and then send an email as well. Okay. Okay. So perfect time. So this is booking time. Okay. And we will create this one. I'm going to show you how to create that. Okay. So let's go back to our prompt. So now we have a check availability. So now you know what a tool is like. So it says, okay, I'm going to check the availability. I'm going to call this tool GS demo check availability GC, which is our tool right here. Okay. I'm sorry, I created these names. GS demo check availability GC is Google Calendar. So it's checking availability. And then of course you have GS demo check availability and book appointment GC. Okay, so just Google Calendar again. So these are the two events which we have created. All right, so tools basically. I'm going to show you exactly how to create them as well. Okay, all right. So once you are in, I'm going to close this. I think I don't need this. I've already shown this to you. I've shown this to you, so I'm just going to close this. Okay. So when it happens, basically, so let's say for example, it's checked the date and time now. So it comes back and says, okay, if the time is available, ask for their first name, phone number, and email address, as it did. And when I give it to me, it says, okay, then it asks for confirmation, confirm back the details in this format, right? Because a lot of times what happens is they can get in FlipBytes case, it could have said FLIP, BITES. So that's also FlipBytes, but I wanted to make sure basically that, okay, it gets that right. So that is the reason you add that in the prompt. Okay, double check. Your name is ALEX. Your number is this. Your email is ALEX. So what it's going to do is it is going to break number by number and alphabet by alphabet, and then it can actually say that, okay, is this exactly? And so once you confirm, so at least this is the best way you can get that email, because emails can be complicated. So at least this way it confirms. Then after that it says, all right, once you have all this information, now go ahead and call this tool called GS Demo Book Appointment, which is this one right here, book appointment. This tool is called, so it goes to Vapi, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then it goes and books the appointment. And once it books the appointment, that is why the appointment gets booked out here. Okay. So what we'll do is, and then of course, in the rest of the prompt, it says step D, if the desired time slot is not available, which you saw in my case, then it says, look like, so it exactly says also. Looks like we have booked around the time. You can share another time and works for you, or you can suggest. So basically you are telling everything. So this is exactly what a prompt is. It tells you each and every instruction which you write out here. And then of course you can say the tone of voice, you can be friendly or you can be professional, witty but not goofy. I like a little informal rather than being extremely professional. So that is the reason I just mentioned that. You can use casual phrases like and system notes. And as I said, you can actually give a sample flow as well. So the more information you provide, the better it is for the AI, so it knows exactly how it should act and behave when someone calls in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just pick this up. This is the system prompt. Okay, one more thing I wanted to mention is that, okay, so you see the hash in front, right? Hash, double hash, triple hash. So essentially what these are, this is a markdown format. Okay, a markdown format is a format which was introduced by OpenAI, and it just helps AI understand better. Like for example, when you're actually making a doc, right? So this is a H1, or like this is an H2, and then this is text, and this is H1, and so on and so forth, right? So you have H1, H2, H3. Similarly, you have markdown, so it knows this is the hierarchy. Okay. So what I'll do is I will pick up the first message first, and let's go into our Outscale Live, which we are creating right now. Okay, and then what we'll do is we will put in this right here. Okay, and then we go back, and I'm gonna say pick up this whole thing till the end. And put it right here. Perfect. So now it has everything. Okay, so now just remember to publish it. So when you publish it, it saves it. Okay, so now we are ready with the prompt and the first message. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'll just walk you through this thing. Okay, so let's go down now. And once you did this, after that, there's something called files, right? So I showed you about the knowledge base earlier, like when we have that PDF in uploaded. So now if you want to attach a knowledge base to this assistant so that it can use it. So these are instructions. This is not knowledge base. So knowledge base is where you have all the meat of the everything basically about your company, correct? So when you open this, you will see all the files out here. So you can select multiple files for it to reference. Sometimes, like in our case, of course, FlipBytes, it's an AI agency, so we don't have a lot of a lot of documents. But let's say, for example, if you're running a business, right? So if you have a yoga business, and there can be a lot of yoga, details on yoga business, or if you have a cosmetic business, you have lots and lots of details. So it can be a company. Let's say you're a lawyer, you have a lot of knowledge base based on the data, so a lot of cases and all those things. So you can select multiple files, okay? But in our case, it's just one file, so I'm just going to select one. But if you select multiple, it will reference all of those, okay? So that is it. Okay. After that is the max token. Now, what is a max token? A token is like how many tokens it should use. So in voice AI case, I would say keep it between 250, 300. And the reason is that you want the answers to be very short and crisp. Okay, you don't want the answers to be very big. So if you make it like 800, what is going to happen is it'll keep on rambling again, and you don't want that. So max tokens, keep it about 250, 300 so that your answers are quick and crisp. Temperature, again, your temperature is what defines creativity. The more this temperature, the more creative it becomes. So, and it starts hallucinating as well. So it's very, very good when you have you want the assistant to have a creative job. Something like basically when, let's say it says that, okay, tell me a joke. So obviously, it needs to reference its own database, not the knowledge base, the own database of AI. So it can tell you a joke and everything. In that case, you will increase this. But if you want very strictly to follow your knowledge base, so then you totally decrease it. In our case, I've seen that 0.3 is a very good place where maximum weightage is given to the knowledge base, and then after that, what it does is it uses your 0.3, then it uses a little bit of creativity, which is perfect. Okay, after that comes the voice configuration. So voice configuration this is where you have the speech, the text to speech. Okay. So when the AI is talking, like when we saw the assistant is talking, what voice do you want to use? So again, I'm using Vapi Elliott, and you can have a lot of them. There are a lot of choices. These are different providers. You can have Cartesia, you can have 11 Labs, and then all of those, these are just voices again, right? So if I say 11 Labs, and then Sarah is there, if I say, okay, so let's say if I were to do this, and if I say publish, so now you'll see a girl, and of course they have different every voice configuration has a model. Sometimes they have a model, sometimes they don't have a model. So you need to see which provider you want. But let's say if in case I were to start this assistant now, it'll be a girl.
Hello, you've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots.
Okay, so yeah, like if you like this voice, that's fine. If you want a chirpy voice, so generally define that. So let's say, for example, Beth is gentle and nurturing, or Bex. So you can see those things out here, right? So you can, it's just hit and trial. Not hit and trial, sorry. It's your personal preference, like what all you can select that and what voice you like. You like cheerful. So depending on, like if you're building an AI agent for a spa, so you want the voice to be of a female, which is calm, or a male, which is calm and everything whatsoever. Wherein if you are building it for a toy shop or something, it can be a little cheerful, maybe a little kids. So depends exactly what you're building. Okay. So provider can be 11 Labs. So I'm just going to go back to Vapi Elliott, and then I'm just going to publish it so it saves. As I said, you can choose whatever you want. And in some cases, in 11 Labs, you can actually clone your own voice as well. There are ways to do that. 11 Labs, I'm going to show you 11 Labs, what it is. 11 Labs, there you go. Okay, this is something different. All right, so if you go to this 11 Labs, this is the platform, and it has got a lot of voices out here. Okay, solutions. So If you go down, you can see, I think there's a way basically. So you need to create your account, and then if there's a way that you can actually create your own voice, and then you upload it on 11 Labs platform, and then since Vapi is tightly integrated with that, it'll start showing here, and then you can use within the assistant, you can use your own voice. Okay, so I'm just going to close this. All right, let's go here. Okay, so additional configuration. So we are back on this thing. That's the voice configuration. So additional configuration is okay. So if you want a background noise, so default is it'll have a background noise like a call center, right? When you give a call in a call center, there's somebody talking in the back. So do you want that or you don't want that? So if you don't want that, you just switch it to off. I prefer off rather than something else basically. So there's no different disturbance, and then just publish it again. Okay. Then you have a transcriber. Now, what is a transcriber? This is an important part. A transcriber is, so voice here, as I said, voice has 4 parts. The first is the prompt. The second is the, when you talk to the agent, what it does is it takes your voice and then it converts it to text. That is the translation or the transcribing part. Okay. So which is right here, or this basically. So this is what converts the voice to text, and then it takes that text and give it to an LLM, which is a chat GPT or a Grok, whatever model which you've used out there. So that model will see that what questions is asked, and then reference the knowledge base, and then it will generate a response. That response then comes to the voice like this one, right? So it will be coming to this same thing which I showed you, the 11 Labs, and the agent basically then starts speaking. So that's the whole process, right? So I've showed you basically what happens there. So transcriber is pretty important, especially when you have very thick accents. So let's say if you have an Indian accent, or if you have a British accent, or you have a Nigerian or a Ghana accent, so there are accents basically which define that, right? So then what you can do is you can use the English languages out here, different ones. So for example, in Azure, I know that it provides you, like if in case you are from India, so it is easier for this particular engine, the translation engine, to basically understand that dialect and then say that, okay, fine, this is Hindi language, this is English but speaking with influence of Indian influence, or this is English but speaking with a British influence, or spoken with an Australian influence, or spoken with a Ghana or a Nigerian influence. So it knows, and then it starts transcribing. Okay, but for this demo, again, I will go back to DeepGram. So these are different providers. Like you have OpenAI, you have Claude, you have Grok. Similarly, you have different providers. You can choose what you want, and this is playing around. So you can play around to see which one works better for you. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this. All right. So I didn't make any change. All right. Perfect. So that is transcriber. Then you have the tools as I showed you. So we'll come to the tools. And then you have predefined and then summary. Okay. So the rest of the things is later. All right, so that is basically pretty much what happens, and then now comes to the tools. Now, what exactly are tools? I've told you that. So let's go to tools and let's create one tool. Okay. Now to create a tool, I'm just going to click on this button and I'm going to say function, and it creates this. It's a blank thing and nothing basically out here. Okay. So now we need to create something out here which will connect with make, right? So it needs to connect with make right here. How do I do that? So I'm going to just create, let's say for check availability, and I'll say we are saying outskill live, okay, check availability, okay, and then that's it basically. So you can say outskill live check availability function, and I'm going to say save it. Of course, you need to give a description. Okay, so what is the description? What does it do? So I can just, in the check availability, I can just pick this up from here to save time. So essentially what it does is this tool receives the client's caller's preference, date and time, and then checks with Google Calendar. So basically this is what we are building. This tool is going to send information to check the availability. Okay, and this description is extremely important. Why is it important? Basically because essentially Vapi is also an LLM, right? It's an AI. So the more description you give, the better it is for it to understand what exactly is the purpose of this tool, what exactly is supposed to do. So when you say check availability is knows, okay, fine. For check availability, what I need the caller to say what exactly is the time, what is the booking time. All right. So that means that I'm going to go down, and then we need to capture that booking time, right? Uh, okay, so when I go down, I'll say, okay, let's create a parameter. So a parameter is nothing but a function. So how will you transport this particular thing to make when it goes here? It goes through a webhook. I'm going to come to that, but in webhook itself, basically, how will you send the time? So for that, you need a parameter or a function. So basically, I'm just going to open this and parameter and say that, okay, I'm going to create something called client booking time, or I'll just say booking time, booking date and time. Okay, date and time. Okay, and that's a string, and that is fine. So basically what it does is it captures. So again, I think let's go here, let's say booking time, and it just says this. Okay, let's go here, and I'm going to go here. Where is the booking time gone? Oh, I did not save it, is it? Okay, so this is the correct one, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to put it out here and says this is the caller's preferred date and time. Okay, so when I say booking date and okay, so now I've created that, and I'm going to say save, and this is required, and I'm going to say save. So you can see booking date and time is right here. Okay, so this is one thing. Make sure this you save it. So that's it. It's that simple. Now you create the tool, but you need to connect it. Now, how do you connect it? You connect it via something called a server URL. Okay, and where do you get this from? This is where now you connect to make. Okay, so this is where you get it from. All right. So when you click on this, and I have so to basically, okay, let me just take a step back. In order, once you in make, and you will click scenarios, you click a new scenario, and then once you click a new scenario, you can come to here and you say webhook, and then say custom webhook, and this opens up. Now I can say that, okay, what you can do is you can just add a new one. I'm just going to show you exactly how to do this, and then it generates this particular URL. Okay, and all you have to do is just say copy and put it out here. Okay, so when you paste it out here, basically that is what establishes the connection between Vapi and make. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel this because I've already done this. Otherwise, I have to do the whole flow out here, and I don't want to do that. So anyways, I'm going to show you. So when you open this thing, same thing. This is the URL. So copy to clipboard, go here, say server URL. There you go. Okay, and that's it. And then save it. Now you have established a connection. Now what is going to happen is, essentially, when you're talking, when the AI is communicating, okay, and when you're talking to the AI and say that, okay, you know what, I like to come in tomorrow at 12 p.m. So what it's going to do is it's going to take that 12 p.m. It is going to come to this place. It's going to come to this function, and then comes out here and says, okay, send this booking time. So booking time will have 12, and it will send it on this server URL. Okay, so now where do you want to make a change? There is one change where we need to do. Okay, and what we need to do is we'll say Control C. We have to go to that assistant, if you saw like initially, okay, in our prompt, and wherever it's calling the booking function, the GC booking function, right, we need to update that, and I'll show you that as well. So prompt offering a discovery call, calendar flows. Okay, so this is, you see there, check availability. So I'm call the tool GS demo. So instead of GS demo GC, you will reduce that, and you will say now, okay, call outscale live check availability. Now this is the same function, okay, and publish it. Make sure to publish it. One more thing you need to do is you need to connect the tool. So this is the tool which you have created now, and that should be available within the tool system, the section, right? So out here. So you need to select that tool, and you will see it right here. And this is for checking availability. So this assistant will create two tools. One is to check availability. The other is to book an appointment. So I'm going to say select, and you can say it and publish it. So now it has established the check availability. Okay, so let's test it. So now what we've done is we have done this thing. We have not done the book thing right now. We've just connected this one, and we have updated our prompt as well, right? So now all the connections have established. Let's go to tools. We have this particular part out here as well. We put in the description. We have added this booking date and time, and then we have did the server URL. So let's say server URL is 7HW at the last, Let's go to this 7 and say 7HW. So basically what it means is this webhook and that they are connected. So essentially whenever the AI starts off right now, it will have this flow. So let's see how it works. Okay, I'm just going to go it a little bit up. So I'm going to run this now. And what I'll tell you what should happen is when I talk to the AI agent, it should come out here and it'll execute this whole thing. So it'll come here and this is check availability. Oh, one more thing, sorry. What I need to do is modify this because we have modified the name. Okay, so the name has been modified. So we need to go to the filter and we need to change it out here. So instead of GC demo check availability GC, I'm just going to change this. Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do is really quick. Let me just export that and save it just in case. So I'll say desktop, yes, okay, export it. All right, so this is exported, now it's fine. Okay, and I am just going to say get available time. So instead of the GC demo, I'm going to change it. So it knows that, okay, it's looking for this particular function. Okay, so in order to execute this and save this, all right. So now this is connected. So what is going to happen is when I will talk to the AI agent and I say that, okay, check for the time availability, it will come here, it will go to this filter, it'll see, oh, this function is there, and then it'll execute it, and then it'll go to the webhook and send back everything. Okay, so let's see how this works. So I'm going to start this off. Okay, there are two things out here, if you can see, right? One is on. So when you run once basically means that you can test the system. So when you run it, you can easily test it and you can see what the values are happening. You switch this on and make, what it basically means is that even if you switch off make, now it's working, okay? All you have to do is send it a webhook and it'll work in the background. You don't have to see it. So in our case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this on anyways, but we will switch this on also so that we can see what the value is coming in. And my main aim is to show you how booking data is coming in and how it's connected. Okay, so let's start this off. I'm going to go to assistants and let's start the assistant.
Hello, you've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today?
Hi, could you book me an appointment for tomorrow, please?
Sure thing. What time tomorrow works best for you?
How about tomorrow at 9 a.m.? Is it, sorry, not 9 a.m., 10 a.m.?
This will just take a sec. Oops, looks like something went wrong while checking the availability. Let me try that again real quick. Just a sec.
Okay, I think.
Oops.
I changed the name, so there must be some setting which I've done wrong. You know, I need to debug this right now. Validation failed, missing value of required parameters, time min, time max. Okay, I think I changed the name, so probably. But anyway, so my main purpose was to show you output, okay, of this particular one. So the whole idea was to get you within this, flow, where exactly is the booking time coming in, right? So if I go back to the tools section, and if you see out here in the tools, if you go to live, we have a booking date and time. So where is this coming from? So let's open it. So this is where the value is coming in. If you see, this is the values. Okay, so you can actually in the live set, you can actually check the values. So bundle one message, I'm going to open this to list one and go into tool call into function. This is the function outscale live check availability, and argument is booking time. So this is coming exactly right. Okay, so it is coming as 25, 6, 26, and then it is coming like this at 10 o'clock. See, so this is how the Vapi and make are connected, correct? So this is the webhook. Once you have this data, basically, then it actually goes out here. I wonder what exactly went wrong. Let me just check real quick. Okay, if you want to handle the error automatically, this doesn't tell me about the error. Missing values of required parameters, time min and time max. Oh, okay. You know, actually, when I changed everything, basically, it got changed. So I have to redo everything now. But oh, sorry. Of course, this is not min time. What I need to do is I need to actually go here and see this is the booking time. and that is what changed. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say booking time, and this is also booking time. This is what we sent, right? So we need to actually get the booking time and date right here. That is what, because this changed. Initially was booking something else, now it's there. Okay, and what I did is essentially what is the minimum time and what is the maximum time. This basically means that go and check availability for within 1 day. So I've added a function called add days out here, and if you can see add days. Okay, so this is add days, and what it does is basically just takes the time, and you can put in how many days extra you want. So I've put in 1 day, and you can put in 2 days or 3 days as well, and it works fine. So it'll get you the times for 2 days or 1 day or something. So now this should actually technically work, but again, as I said, you know, something else can break as well, because we changed that variable is changed. So I don't know where exactly the effect is going to happen, but let's see. Okay, so let's run it again. Hopefully it should work right now. And actually, let's go back to assistants, and I'm going to say talking assistant, and I'm going to run this.
You've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today?
Hi, I'd like to come in for an appointment.
Hey there. Great. We offer a free 30-minute discovery call to explore how our AI solutions can benefit your business. What date and time works best for you?
I'd like to come in today.
Sure thing. What time works best for you today?
How about 9 a.m.?
Just a sec.
Perfect.
Awesome. We have a slot. Great. Let's get you booked for 9 a.m. today. Can I have your first name?
Okay. So that worked perfectly, all right? So I think that was the problem, basically. So I changed the variable name. That is the reason everything went off. Okay, so now you saw firsthand what exactly happens. And, you know, when you open this, you can actually check the values here as well, what exactly is coming in, you know, all the input. So this is the input to the calendar. As I said, like in this place, I had put in 1 day, right? So minimum time was 27th June, and then it is maximum time, minimum time, and maximum time. So it is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So 26 June to 27 June. So it will give you all the times for this within that. So let's say within this 1 day. Now, if you go forward and you can see that output bundles, it has got all the calendars. Within this calendar, it will tell you that, okay, 4 of these things are available. 4 times are available. So 9 a.m., 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. is available. Sorry, this is booked. These are busy times. So if you go here and you can see 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is booked, right? So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is booked. 11:30, sorry. So yeah, it's 11:30 which is booked. 10 to 11:30 is booked. So you have this free slot which is between 11:30 to 12, right? So it will tell you that this is the free slot. So 10 to 11:30 is booked. Then next is 12 to 1 is also booked. So 12 to 1 is booked. Okay. So this is what it tells you. Okay. Now this goes to, and since you have 4 of these, it'll go to an iterator. An iterator basically is something which just, it's like, you know, you have, let's say you have a Google sheet with a lot of rows. So it goes one by one. Exactly the same thing as an iterator. It goes one by one across all the 4, right? So it'll take one by one, all the 4s. Then of course we need to format that date and then give it to ChatGPT. And how to get ChatGPT or these tools? These are all modules basically. I mean, like again, in Make, you can easily add modules. Okay. Like for example, if you want to add tools, this is a text aggregator. Text aggregator, just if I open this, I have formatted this, and it says start date should be in this format. So it starts at this date and ends at this time. Okay, this goes to the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT basically you'll use something called a create completion prompt. And when you go to a create completion prompt, it basically takes all that values. So you're telling ChatGPT that, hey, I'm giving you these free times, these free time zones, these busy time zones, and this is the whole day I have from 9 to 5, and these are the busy times. So can you please check and extract the times which are free and send it back to the client, okay? And so that is exactly what is this. You will be provided with the busy times from Sandeep's calendar. Your task is to output the free time slots. Okay. And then of course you will tell them that, okay, these are the rules. The rules are that you need to make sure that, okay, within office time. So we had defined some variables here. So office hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Time zone is Asia, Singapore. So if you are in New York, you'll put in America, New York. If your office hours is from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., you'll put it there. If your appointment length, this is 30 minutes. But if you want 60 minutes or maybe 2 hours, so you put it out here. So all of this is, the chat GPT will consider. It will take the full day, then it will take the busy times, and then it will calculate based on your instructions here. Rules always double check what are the correct times, and the office hours are this. And please output free delivery times in 30 minutes basically. So because we want every meeting to be 30 minutes, right? So that is the reason. So you give it to this. And last is the server URL. Now what is this? This is the response webhook. Now what you saw is initially was the excuse me. So what you saw initially was the incoming, like this is the starting webhook, the custom incoming webhook, right? This connects it. But now you want to send that information. So what it did is, like, the information came in, it got here, it got processed, it took out the times, it went to ChatGPT, it got the free times. Now again, how would Vapi know, right? So you need to send it back to them, and that is the reason you need to establish that connection. It has to be a two-way connection, right? So for that you use a response webhook. Okay, so again you go out here and you say webhook response, and when you open that, it comes in a format like this. You need to send it in this format only, and to get that format, it's pretty straightforward. What you will do is, I already have it out here, Vapi server response format. When you click on that, you go on server messages, then you go click on this, say server response format, and there you go. This is something which is there, and this comes right here. So I'm just going to copy this. Let's go back. Okay, where am I going? Here, right here. Okay, so let's open this, and I am going to show you what it is exactly. This is this thing. Okay. Okay, so you can see this. Tool ID is X and result is Y. This is exactly how the format should be. Of course, you will change the X with the tool ID. Why is it not getting smaller? Okay, so you can see out here is the tool ID, and this is exactly what you'll put out here. Okay, and then you, instead of X, you will put in the tool ID, and Y you will put in the result which is coming from ChatGPT. Okay, so how do I do that? So when you come here, when you click on this and make, it opens a whole menu of things, and since it's run, it already has those values. So you have to just pick it up and drop it. Okay, so let's say, for example, tool call ID. Where do you find that? So when you open this tool call ID, call list, and within that you open tool call, and then this is the ID. So in case of an ID, what you do is we just pick it up and then put it out here. All right, between this thing, and it'll come. Like for example, let me just put it out here, and you can see, right? It's that easy. Just drop it and it'll come. Okay. Same thing with result out here. Where do I get the result from? Result is from ChatGPT. So you get this result, like free start time. It's got all the times. So you just pick this up and put it out here. That's it. Finished. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel this. And so that is basically where you get in this thing, and then it sends a response back. All right. Okay, so that is check availability. Now we have done that. Now the next thing is that we need to do, this is already booked, that thing. Okay, so the next thing is that we need to create another one, which we'll call it outskill. Okay, so outskill live check availability. Then I will say outskill live book appointment. So I'm going to create again another function, and I will say, okay, check availability and book. What is this? Book appointment. APPT. Let me just do it like this. Okay, and so I'm just going to say right here, this function takes the caller's first name, email, phone number, and the booking date and time, and then books an appointment in the Google Calendar. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so this is exactly what. So you told Vapi LLM, basically that, okay, fine, this is exactly what the function is supposed to do. Let's save this. Let's go down, and then again, as I said, in the parameters like we have done before. So initially that was just a booking time. Right now, what you do is basically you need to actually, so to book, what all do you need? You need a phone number, you need an email to send an email, you need a name, and of course you need the time. All right, so in that case, what I'm going to do is I will say add property, and then we add those 4 properties right here. So let's do those. So I'm going to say client name, okay, and let it be string. Uh-oh. This is the name of the client, okay, and this is required. Save. All right, so after that, let's add another one. Oh, sorry. Client email. This is the client's email. Okay. Uh-oh, this is should be required because you need that. Okay, and then add this another one. This is the client's phone number. Oh. Required. Okay, so we have name, email, phone number, and then we have add property. Last is date and time. Date and time. That's it. This is the client. Oh no, this one. This is the date and time the client has requested to book an appointment for. Okay. Required. This is again required. So all 4 of them are required. Okay. So now we have created this. We are ready with. So let's save this. Again. So we have the client, the tool name. Now we have the description as well, and then we have all the parameters. So what is remaining now? The remaining thing is you need to connect it. And how do we connect it? We need the server URL. Okay, so let's go back to Vapi. Make. Open this. And then again, you want it to come here so that it can go through this flow, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. I'll say copy address. I'll go back, say server URL. Okay, and there you go. So now we have established the connection. The next thing what we need to do is we will copy this. We have to update our prompt to make sure that this function is being called. So let's go to our step 3. Step A, we had done the same thing, right? So outscale live check availability. So I'm going to go ahead and say that in order for you to book, call GS. So instead of call GS to book it, I will call it this. Okay. So call outscale live book appointment function to book it. Okay. So this is it. So once you do that, publish it. One more thing you need to do is you need to add the tool. So we go to the tools section, out here, open tools, and it has only outscale live check availability. Now, if you click that, it should have the outscale live book appointment as well. So once you do this, that's it. Now, after that, we publish it. And that's it. This is the connected. So the tools are connected now to this particular assistant, and we have updated the prompt as well. So all the connections have been established. Perfect, correct? So now only thing which is remaining is we'll go here. Most likely it's going to bomb like last time, but it's okay. We will figure it out. This is where the text, it says GC. I'm going to replace this with this one. So it knows that, okay, this is where I need to book it, right? And I think, oh, this is also going to bomb. It's okay. Let's run this and see how it works out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, okay. What I will do is, I'll say +1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say, okay, this is it. And what I will do now is let's run this assistant. But what it's going to do is it's going to actually call the thing first. and then book the function. So instead of calling, actually let's chat, because otherwise it's going to take a lot of time. We're just going to keep on talking about it. Or let's call it, doesn't matter. Let's see. And I'm going to run this now.
You've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today?
I'd like to book an appointment.
Sure thing. Let's get you set up for a free 30-minute discovery call. What date and time works best for you?
So how about today at 11:30? Is that available?
Just a sec. Looks like we're booked at 11:30 a.m., but we do have slots available at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Would any of these work for you?
Okay, so let's do 9 a.m.
Great. Let's get you booked for 9 a.m. today. I'll need a few details from you. What's your first name?
So my first name is Sandeep, Sandeep.
Got it, Sandeep. And your phone number with the country code, please?
Okay, my phone number is +1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Thanks. And finally, your email address?
Okay, my email address is hello, HELLO at flipbytes, which is FLIPBYTES.co.
Perfect. Just to confirm, your name is Sandeep. Your phone number is +1 1 3 4 5 6 7 8. And your email is hello@flipbytes.co. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got that right.
Just a sec. Oops. Looks like there was an issue booking the appointment. Let me try that again. One moment.
Okay, as I said, again, this bound because we have changed the variables and functions. Okay, let's figure it out where exactly we went wrong. So there is a start date, there's an appointment with, and there is an end date. So start date, where do I get this from? All right, so let's go back to our this function. Appointment with, this is fine. So one thing you need to see is basically that, okay, if the whole thing is red, that's fine. Okay, if this is white and red, there is a problem. That basically means it's not able to find the variable. So now I need to find the start date, and that is the start date, only one date which I need to find out. What time did the user say? So it says 9 a.m. So I'm going to find the start date, and then its end date as well is going to be add minutes, 30 minutes. So this is a 30-minute appointment, right? So it'll be both are the basically same dates. So I need to put in the start date, which is tool, and then function, and then within function you will see the arguments, right? So we had make this client name, client email, client. So you can see all of this right here. So this is what we need to use. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this right now, and I'm going to put this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this also, and then I'm going to put this out here, and hopefully it should work. Okay, let's say save, and let's run this again. Okay.
You've reached FlipBytes. We help businesses streamline operations using voice AI, chatbots, and other powerful AI solutions. How can I assist you today?
Hi, could you book me an appointment for today at 9 a.m.?
Sure thing. Let me check if we have a slot available for today at 9 a.m. Hang tight for a moment. I'll just need to confirm that for you. Hold on a sec. Great news. We have a slot available today at 9 a.m. Can I get your first name, phone number with country code, and email address to book it for you?
Yeah, sure. My first name is Flip.
Awesome.
So my first name is Flip, FLIP.
Got it, Flip. What's your phone number with the country code?
Okay, my phone number is +1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Thanks, Flip. And your email address?
And my email address is HELLO at flipbytes, which is FLIPBYTES.co.
All right, just to confirm, your name is FLIP.
That's correct.
Your phone number is... Just a sec. You're all set, Flip. Your discovery call is booked for today at 9 a.m. If you need anything else, just give us a shout. Have a great day.
Okay, perfect. See, this is also booked now. and there was a problem. So
Awesome.
okay, Flip, thank you so much. Sorry, yeah, and it's all done. Okay, so this is exactly how that agent works. And yeah, so as you saw, basically both of this, I mean, of course, we have done it live, so it works. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the last part, which is how do you get this report. Okay, so you can see this report is quite full now, and Flip is again, this is just gotten in, right? And so how do you build this? So in order to build this end of call report, what you need to do is you need to go back to Vapi, and what we'll do is, again, in make, there are two scenarios. So pretty straightforward. What you'll do, let's go to this particular part and this. So you need to have a separate webhook for this, because this runs after everything is done, right? So this runs after the call, when you hang up the call. So that is the reason you'll create a new scenario. You add a webhook like this, I showed you this particular webhook, and then you click on this, and then you pick up this address, okay? And then you attach it to a Google Sheet. So how do we attach it to a Google Sheet? It's pretty straightforward, and just say Google Sheet, add row, this one. All right, so add row. And once you open this, what you'll have is, of course, you need to put in your credentials and your method, etc. And then what's going to happen is that, okay, the sheet has, like, let's say, for example, this has name, product number, phone number, email, call summary, and so on and so forth, transcript and call recording. Okay. Now, when you go back to this place, you'll have all of this in the sheet, and then you have to map it. How are you going to map it? Same thing. What you'll do is you'll click on this, and you will have the data, which is coming from the webhook. Everything, this is all sent by the system, right? So you will have all of this thing, and then you have to pick up, like, you have the summary, you have the transcript, all the name, email, summary, everything. You'll find an analysis. With analysis, you have structured data, and all of this is coming right here. Okay, and you can put it right here. Okay, so now the point is basically, so when you've created this particular end of call report, when you have this scenario, you switch this on. Now what you need to do is, how do you create the scenario? So there are a couple of settings which you need to do. So now in the assistant itself, what you'll do is you go to the analysis tab, and out here you can see the prompt. You are an expert note taker. Okay, you will be given transcripts. So just copy this right here. That's fine. Okay. Same thing out here. You need to put in exactly the same thing in success evaluation. And so let me show you in demo, since we have not done that. I will just copy this text rather than actually putting everything. Okay, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open. Can I open it in a separate tab? It's okay. Let's do this. So let's go back to our analysis right here. So we can easily copy it from GS Demo Live. Okay, so this is the GS Demo Live, and I went to analysis. So you need a prompt. So basically what Vapi is saying is just whatever they're mentioning out here, just copy and paste it. Okay, so that's exactly what I did. So if you see out here, you are an expert note taker. So you're a note taker, right? So just put it out here. And then after that, you go down in success evaluation. You need to just again copy the same prompt. So that's what I did in. Okay, so I just put it out here. Sorry. Oh, we don't have it for success evaluation then. All right, that's fair enough. So you probably don't need that. So just in this summary, you need to put in something in summary. Nothing in success evaluation, nothing in structured data. Oh, structured data, of course, you'll have. So nothing in success evaluation, okay? So if you say summary, let me see one second. Okay, where exactly? Oh, in advanced, in success evaluation. Okay, in summary. So summary, basically you will put in this particular one. Then success evaluation does not have anything. It is empty. And then you have structured data. Now, the most important is the structured data. Okay, so structured data is empty, right? So what I'll do is I'll just copy this. So essentially what it does is that in the end of call report, okay, what it is, when you say structured data, it is going to grab the information of the user. It is going to grab its name, its email, and its phone number, and whatever is extra you want. Okay, so if you want, like, it has name, email, phone number, maybe address or localization or something else, you need to specify that. So when the user is speaking, okay, when the user is speaking, Vapi is going to capture all of these things. So you need to specify that. extract the name and the caller gave us and in the own property. So you need to put this, you need to put this, and you need to put this, right? So you have the temporary field email property, you have the phone number, and you have this thing. So the name, email, and phone number, all of three things out here. Now you go down and you need to create these. Okay, so this is our Outscale Live, right? So we don't have that. So you say property 1 and you say name. Okay, so this is, don't confuse this with the same, the name which you have built in tools. That is different. This is, again, you need to do it this because this is a separate scenario itself in Make. So you need to do this again, right? So you put in name. This is, and you'll say, this is the client's name. Add property, email. This is the client's email. Phone number. This is the client's phone number. Okay. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. Okay. So if you see the GS Live, it has all those things: name, description, and phone number. Correct? That's it. And once you've done this, then after that, that's all you need. And you say publish. And you all sorted. That's it. So you're done now. Okay. So now what is going to happen is, how do you connect this? Again, to connect, you need a webhook, right? So now you have created all of this thing basically. So how are you going to connect it? And in this case, you have the structured data. So you first fill up the structured data, the summary, and these two. Then you go down to something called messaging. So in advanced, you have something called messaging. You go all the way down, and this is where you put in the structured data. Sorry, your webhook. Okay. So if you go in the GS demo as well, you can see it out here. Like I have put in the webhook, right? So we'll do one thing. We will actually pick up this webhook. Okay. And then again, use the copy to clipboard. And then you just want to go to this out live and then just paste it here. That's it, finished. So again, it's connected. Again, at the end of the call, okay, you have Vapi generates a lot of reports. It gets you logs, chat logs. It has got literally a lot of information. You don't want all that. I mean, if you want that, that's fine. So depending on what you want, so you can select it. So you can see basically out here, server messages, what all is there. So I want only end of call report. I don't want a conversation update. I don't want function calls basically. So you can see how much hang and all the stuff is there. Okay. So just, I'm just going to get rid of all of those, and I don't want that. I'll say speech update or status update, or I don't want all of these things. So that's it. This is all I want. Okay. And you can actually, you can hang up. It doesn't matter. This is on the client end side. So this is all you want. And then of course, what you do is you publish it. So at this point of time, you have established a connection between end of call report and Vapi. And so when the call ends, and you don't have to do anything, just make sure that this green thing is on. When the call ends, Vapi automatically gathers everything, all the details, and then it sends it to this webhook. And as you can see, if you open the webhook, right? So let's say, for example, in this case, when I go here, and you can see how much data there is. Okay. So if I just click on anywhere, you can look at the data basically. So you have end of call report, the user. So it sends everything. We don't have to get everything, but it can send everything, like analysis. You can say created and update and email messages. First message is there. And then if you keep on opening, you can see data keeps on coming. All right. So depending on what you want, analysis, summary is there, structured data is there, evaluation, what is there, analysis plan is there, summary plan is there. So it keeps on opening. And so it has a lot of things. So depending on what you want, you can actually map it to the Google Sheet, and it'll start updating all those records. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So this is exactly what it is. And once you run this, it'll, as you saw, it automatically ran, and it just gets you all this information, like all this. Okay. And that's it. So hopefully you liked this session, and hopefully it's much more clearer today. Hopefully you understood exactly how to build a Vapi and a Make scenario basically for this appointment booking system. Okay. So all right, see ya. Bye bye. Thank you so much.